my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi everybody, welcome to our show. Happy Friday to everyone. It's Mother's Day weekend here in the US, so enjoy your weekend, mothers, whether you're a mother in real life or just a mother to somebody, whether it's a furry friend or an actual human. I think a lot of us are, whether you're female or male or non-gender specific. So congratulations, it's your weekend. Let's kick it off with a cocktail. Now, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Very happy to be both places, so make sure you hit our like button, hit our subscribe button if you are new here so you don't miss a show. I thought it appropriate, since it was Cinco de Mayo yesterday, we needed to celebrate with another great margarita recipe. And I've wanted to play with a cranberry margarita because cranberry juice is usually not, it's a little tart, so it's not as sweet, and some of, that's usually been my kind of problem with drinking a lot of margaritas. They're usually too sweet. So cranberry margarita it is today. And so what I did, just tequila, you can use whatever, orange liqueur. I was lucky enough to find a local small batch liqueur that is an orange cranberry liqueur, which is lovely in here. Then just cranberry juice and orange juice and some lime juice. Shake it all up and then freshen it up with just a splash of sparkling water. And of course, you can put more juice. You want to try, and I would recommend non-sweetened cranberry juice because otherwise it just becomes too sweet. So cheers everybody. Happy Friday.
Cheers everybody.
Say hi to Mr. HP. He's running
everybody.
the show. He's got a couple interns too. We call them interns today. Just a couple of our folks learning the ropes just in case. So we can always have a show whether I'm as Andrea and Gisle, just learn. They're starting the process. I don't think they're ready to take over yet, right?
They'll be there in no time.
We'll see.
They're smart.
All right, so I forgot to ask you earlier today. Do you have a word of the day today? Do you have to think about it?
Nope, I do.
You do have a word. Mr. HP has a word of the day. He has his own vocabulary most times, and I end up always asking him, what does that mean? So we thought it would be fun to share it with the masses of his wonderful, sometimes odd vocabulary.
You ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready for it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What is it?
Whackadaculous.
That one. That one is
Whackadaculous.
very common. I've been hearing this one for years.
Some things and some people can be very whackadaculous.
It's more than whack. Something is whack. If it's even beyond, it's whackadaculous.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's a fun word to say too. And especially how you say it. You have to say it.
Whackadaculous.
Whackadaculous. Well, we're not whackadaculous here today. And let's talk about the quilts around me. I have a golden oldie, not so old, but classic. Nova is on the back wall. It's actually the original Nova that's on the cover of the pattern. I wanted to have it up here because we made some Nova blocks out of one of these new bundles I'm going to show you later on. So just to see the original that you see on the pattern cover, and then how it looks so different no matter what, depending on what fabric you're using. And then we have actually a pair in the corner and on the cabinet. So this is two-timer. Two-timer is a pattern in my first mixology book, and we have two-timer A and two-timer B, because you actually end up making two quilts from one set of fabrics and one pattern. So one bundle, one pattern, two quilts. So you get the reverse, because we don't like waste around here, so you get the reverse effect. So the reverse block will have lots of color and just a little bit of the white background, and then the other quilt has lots of the white background and just a little bit of all the color. So the layout that I have in the corner two-timer A is actually one of our bonus layouts that is not in the book. So we did a quilt along for two-timer probably 3-4 years ago. It was soon after the book came out. And so I added some layout options for both A and B. Actually, the two-timer B layout here is one of those bonus layouts. And then there is a combined layout where you use both the A blocks and the B blocks in one layout, in one single block. And you can find all those bonus layouts on our website under bonus charts and templates. You'll just scroll down until you find two-timer, and there should be like 3 sheets, a PDF you can print out with different layouts of the two-timer pattern. So let me know in the comments if you made a two-timer pattern. It's really fun. It's one of those, I made mine that are in the book from 5-inch squares, just all scrappy, all kinds of stuff that I had in my stash, mixture from different leftovers of charm packs, and then some cut stuff from remnants, leftovers. And I tell you what, you can throw anything in there. There are even some very unfortunate fabrics in my quilts, and it looks beautiful. But of course, if you want to do it coordinated, use a bundle, and it's always going to be beautiful. And then you just have a single background. The background, the bundle that we use is Little Matryoshka. So beautiful, fresh colors with the nesting Matryoshka dolls in some of the patterns, and kind of the artwork that is prevalent on those beautiful dolls in the fabrics. So I used that, and then we used just a white on white fleurs fabric, I believe, white on white fleurs for the background. So it really made everything stand out so nice and fresh.
You want to show some photos?
Yes. Oh, yes. Andrea took some great photos of the quilts, and you can see the quilting on them. Beautiful. So this is the two-timer A, and you can see lots of air there, or room to breathe. You can see there's the block that you create with the two-timer A blocks. Now in the original, I just did them all kind of one direction. Then we have two-timer B, and you see how it's reversed. You get a block that's mostly color, and then just with a little tip of white. And you can layer, this one is laid out in kind of a barn racing, offset barn racing, so it's not out from the center, so you kind of pick a corner and go from there. And it's kind of fun because it's a little bit more modern, but I really love how they turned out. Two quilts in one, gotta love it. And what was extra fun today, we have some fun house guests visiting, family from Kirk's sister and her son and family visiting with us, and she's a quilter, a newer quilter, she is.
Yeah.
And last time she stopped by, she stopped at the warehouse, did some shopping, and she showed me on her phone, she just her last finish was two-timer quilts out of our music bundle. And she gave it to your brother, and Keith, and he with the music fabric, and another musician friend. So it was perfect, and it was beautiful. So I want to try to get photos from her to share, or get her to share on the crew. So beautiful, beautiful. Love to hear it if you made the two-timers. Now, we had, of course, our strip along this last Tipsy Tuesday episode. We did part 2 of the strip along, which means blocks number 2. And this is the version 2. I'm working on version 2. Of course, these are going to be super quick compared to the block 1s. I'm doing mine in the rainbows. So one thing that I just wanted to point out and reiterate, if you missed the show, if you missed the demo, I was talking about pressing, and in this pattern we want to press away from the middle for version 2. In your instructions, the arrows may have pointed inwards. I did change it, so depending on when you downloaded your pattern, but we want to press away, because one of the major tips I gave you last week was whenever we have seams in one part and then no seams in the other part, you're sewing them together, it's always easier to press towards the part that has no seams. That's going to minimize your bulk all the time. So check it out, and I'm sure you're going to cruise through this part 2 and It's going to be really hard to wait for part 3. I know a lot of you are already sewing your quilt together, and that's okay. That's okay. There's no quilt police, but I will give you some tips on how I like to assemble quilts, assemble blocks. You know, it's always different, whatever quilt you're making. Sometimes we don't have to think about matching anything. Other times we have big blocks with lots of points to match. So there's different, you know, ways on assembling to, and I have a way of assembling quilts that I feel is the most efficient and it makes sense for my brain. So I always love to share. Whether that works for you or not, you can always kind of make your own choices on that. So any questions on the strip along? Of course, if you haven't joined in, our pattern for the strip along this year was strip tease, but we call it strip tease 2.0. This quilt was originally published in 2006 or 6, I think. So it's up there. So I took a whole new spin on it, and it's available as a PDF, both versions, and of course the videos. There's a go to our blog and find the strip along blog post, and you have all the links to everything. This is version 1, and then we have version 2 where there's kind of a weaving effect that happens through the blocks. And you can do them color blocked into rows or color blocked any which way. You can do rainbow, you can do 2-color. It's just really versatile and fun, and I can't wait to see all of your strip teases. Our 6th annual strip along. 6th annual strip along. Now we are of course doing giveaways. Whenever we do strip alongs, we do giveaways. So you can participate in the giveaways. We have a separate giveaway on Instagram, and then in the Gudrun's Quilt Crew, our group on Facebook. So on Instagram, all you have to do is just post your progress, just your step, wherever you are in the process, post a photo and use 2 hashtags. One will be strip tease quilt, and then the other one is strip along 2022. And then you have to tag us in the post. Of course, make sure you like us first on Instagram and then tag us in the post. And you can even get a second entry if you tag a friend in that post. On Facebook, all you got to do is post your photo in the crew of where you're at in the process. And for each part of the strip along, this hashtag is strip along 2022 part 2. Make sure you do that so that you get, that's where we pull our winners from. So one requirement there, make sure you like GE Designs on Facebook too, to be able to have a chance of winning that prize. And we will
be wackadoodles.
Don't be wackadoodles and forget to do that. That's a good one, good one.
Exactly.
And so we are shipping all of our prizes out at the end of the strip along. So if you won in part 1, just cool your jets, you will get your prize just a little bit later. We will reach out once the strip along is all over and send out our prizes. All right, any questions on the strip along? All right. Oh, all right. Can we still find all the previous strip alongs on YouTube or on the blog? I would say most of them. I'm not sure about the first ones because we were only on Facebook to begin with, and I don't think you could go years back in videos on Facebook, but you can Google them on our blog. You can go at least 3-4 years since we've been doing the blog, and you can find that information, I think, on our website. Would 2-timer be good in Tulip Tango? So when you make 2-timer, you're always going to make A and B at the same time. So Tulip Tango would be absolutely gorgeous in it. So you would just have to find a background fabric that stands out from all the prints in the bundle, and it will be beautiful, beautiful. So absolutely. Just know that if you're going to make a 2-timer, you can't just pick one. You're going to make 2 versions. Or if you want to find that bonus layout where you use both versions in one, you can make one big quilt. Yep, 2-timer A and B. You will make 2 quilts. All right, so I wanted to talk about that Color Club for March was shipped out yesterday.
Wait a minute, I didn't see Color Club picture.
No.
Did you put one in there?
We're not revealing it.
Oh.
No. I was teasing them. I'm not revealing it because we just shipped them yesterday. So some of the ones that live close by are going to get theirs today. Some of them showed up at the warehouse yesterday and picked them up. but we're not revealing.
So
We're not revealing.
I can't tell them.
No,
the color?
no, no.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be wackadoculous.
Don't be wackadoculous.
Don't be wackadoculous. So I will share and talk about Color Club a week from today. I think it's too short to wait till Tuesday. We need to have 4 business days for those long ships across the country. So Friday, a week from now,
Did you say
I will
March?
reveal. Huh?
You meant May.
I meant May. Sorry, May Color Club. Oh my gosh, we're in May. We're in May, and you know what? You know what it seems like? Minnesota is going to skip spring because we are going to have 80-degree heat this week. Yes, we went from 30s and 40s in April, and it's already going to be 80s in May.
Someone said, what color did you say? They're trying to be...
Color Club is what I said. Color Club. Oh. You can keep guessing. Start guessing. Who do you think? What do you think it is?
The color of your drink. No?
No. Nope, it's not that. All right, but I have other fabrics that I can show you. So let's do that. Let's do that. We have a holiday line. Yes, we have holiday, both Halloween, fall. Well, actually, fall fabrics will arrive a little bit later this summer, but we have Halloween already coming in, and then Christmas is showing up as well. And so I have a new Halloween line to show you. It's called Midnight Magic. Yes, those of you that follow fabric releases, there have already been 2 Midnight Magic fabric lines from Moda. This one is not it. It's not from Moda. It is from Studio E, and it's by Grace Pop. And so very popular Halloween lines every year. Remember we did Haunted. What was the name last year? We did something haunted. Do you guys remember the Haunted Halloween line last year? No, they don't.
No.
So this year she calls her line Midnight Magic. So some of the prints are going to be very similar from last year. So it's a very similar style, which is great because we loved it. But this is, we have a panel that is separate. It's not in the bundle. And it's, this time around, we have a large rectangle. This would be great, like a placemat or a pillow, like a wide pillow. Then we have the cat and the crow on the pumpkins. And then one of my favorites, the witch's shoes and socks. I just love this. Love, love, love this thing. Absolutely. So the panel is separate, not in the bundle, but this one, I love the idea of just taking a panel like this that is so different, irregular, not really blocks, put it in the middle of the back of the quilt for the backing. And then let's take a look at some of the prints in the line. I'm going to start with this one. We have the pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns in the gray. I love the gray and the white and the artwork on the black pumpkins. It's just so cute. So this print, then we have stars on this charcoal gray background. Really love this print. So just so much fun in these, and life in the stars. We have mini pumpkins on this charcoal background. And they're patterned pumpkins. They're polka dots and striped and all kinds of grids painted on the pattern on the pumpkins. And then we have a little bit larger scale pumpkins. Again, the white pumpkins with some jack-o'-lanterns. And then we have a stripe print, and I wanted to include this. I normally don't with these types of prints in a bundle, but I had to because I absolutely love the shoes and the witches. So I included, even though it's only a half yard, because you can really fuzzy cut some fun stuff. You could cut it into squares. You can use them as strips. You can use them as little borders. So you can even just cut them up like this, and here's your placemat. So you could get 3 placemats out of a half yard. So I decided I wanted to include it in the bundle just because it's so cute. Then we have the graveyard scene with the witches roaming around and the black cat. We have the cats. And this is not like a real scary cat. He's kind of cute. Then we have this really fun print that's this hexagon, almost like a cheater print with different hexagons. And I love the fuzzy cut of the bat and the cat. The bats and the cats. We have a little bit of spider web on this dark midnight with a little purple hue and the stars and the small spiders. Then we have the light gray pumpkins and all the crows flying. Love the life in this print too. And then we have a typography print in this light. And this one's very similar to the ones from years past. All these fun words, Halloween words. And then we have the cat and the bats and the spiders, ghouls and goblins. It just puts me in the mood. Do you have any sound effects? Are there any ghouls roaming around?
No, I don't want to scare anybody.
No, I'm getting excited for Halloween already. And that's kind of weird. It's May. Because it's just, I gotta start thinking up the scares. So I wanted to show you, we have the large pumpkin print in both 3 yards and 1 yards because it would be awesome as a back. And I'm actually going to be doing a demo on, I talked about how to put a panel centered on the back of a quilt. And I've been asked this, and it may seem very simple to most. How do you center this? How do you do the calculation to if you want to center this on the back of a quilt? And it was something that was brought up during our retreat, and I kind of walked them through it, how I would calculate what I needed to cut for the sides to make it center. So I thought that would make a great demo for one of our shows. So I am going to do that in a future show, in the very near future, show you how you can take a panel and the easy math with just maybe one other fabric, how you would calculate the sizes to cut to surround it and that being centered. So let me know if that would be of interest to you. We also have this beautiful star print in 1 yard, the stars charcoal. And then there's one more print from the line, and that is a beautiful stripe. So I got to take this out. So this comes with a line, but we only have it, it's not in the bundle, it's only in 1 yard. And so it's so fun and vibrant. Would be great if you cut it straight for bindings or sashings. It would be great on the diagonal. And it's just little subtle bats and skulls in here, and just really, really so much life in this. I love when I can find a great stripe for my quilts. All right, so I did a fabric pull. I'm going to start, obviously lots of just grays and charcoals in here. So I'm going to start, I did some hues of gray. The lightest one being Spectre Static Tar to kind of go with these lightest ones over here. And then I love this Spotted Celestial Aluminum because it has the black in there, it has a light gray, and then it has that medium shade of gray. And then the grunge lead is the perfect gray to go with this deeper grays here. It's like that perfect hue. A little bit of that, if you wanted to add a little more of this bluish tone, it is pretty much that Dash Flow blueprint color. So really dark navy, but with an undertone of purple. And then the Bumbleberry is indigo because it also has a lot of gray hues to it. It would go well with the grays. And when you put it with the bluer ones, it looks more blue. Isn't that fun? You put something with blue, it looks blue. When you put it with something else, it looks different. I love fabrics like that. They're like chameleons. So then, of course, not that there are any full-on orange prints in here. You need some orange to pull out the pumpkins. And I love the grunge pumpkin and the chalk and charcoal and the topaz with it. And then there's also a lot of gold. So lots of gold in here in the pumpkins and the jack-o'-lanterns, in this print, in the socks of the witches. So that will be a great accent color. So I love the spatter in the medium warm gold, and then also the thatched buttercup. You can see it also in the panel because of the candles here. So that gold will come out. And then one more, if you wanted to add a plaid, there's this diagonal plaid, kind of a gingham plaid that would work perfectly, black and white, so that would always work great with these fabrics. So this is Midnight Magic. Midnight Magic. Now we have another bundle still from last year. It's called Midnight Magic 2 in the store, but I think there was only like 1 or 2 left, so that's why we didn't really want to change the name of the bundle. So I know this was on pre-order, so I believe the pre-orders went out today. And of course the extra yardage that is already listed on the website, both the 1 yards and the panel. All right, the other bundle we have is not seasonal. It's not holiday. It is from one of my favorite designers, Janet Claire from Moda. It's called To the Sea, and it's very typical, classic Janet Claire. Kind of went back to her first lines, which made me fall in love with her kind of nautical prints with deep navy, very great creams and taupes, and then like these dusty blues. So I love this one. So To the Sea is a 12-piece bundle. We'll start off with the deep navies here, the sailboats, and everything is very kind of monochromatic, so very cool. The quilts you make from these are just sophisticated and cool. So we have the seabirds, so all in this deepest hue of navy, and then this line she added just this kind of caramel color. You can see it in here in this print, kind of caramel colored taupe almost, or light brown. We have the seashells in this lighter dusty blue color. Just beautiful. I've made probably a quilt out of every line of hers. The seabirds in the lighter blue, and then we have even lighter shade. We have the sailboats and the lighthouses, and a little bit of fish and seaweed. So I love that we can have kind of an ombre of the blues. Then we have 3 prints in this caramely taupe color, still with navy print on it. The shells, and then we have the sailboats. And then a really nice diagonal stripe here, but it's actually a rope, so it looks like it really ties well into the line. We have this print, this geometric print again. I really love this print. So here we go with a nice cream background. We have the shells and the sailboats. So it's a bigger bundle. It's 14 pieces just because I could not stop. So 14 pieces, and so we have 4 lights. Actually, we have if you would split it up, you could do 7 lights, counting the caramel color as lights, and then 7 blues. You can do patterns that are lights and darks. You can use these as your backgrounds, a scrappy background, adding a few more of these creams, and then using the blues as a base, the caramel color as the accent. There's just so much variety that you could do with this. So I did do a poll. One thing I wanted to mention, because Janet's last line that shipped is Astra. We still have that because it was very delayed arriving. And so if you are a fan of hers, you know that her blues are always going to work together. So if you wanted more of these tones of blues, these are going to work perfectly with these blues. This one had a little bit of that rust to it, but because the bundle doesn't have it in there, it's perfect to use with To the Sea. And we have even some of the Astra colors also in 1 yard. So here you can see I just pulled it just to show you what a perfect blue that is if you wanted to add that. But we also have 3 what we call, she has these textures almost act like solids. So that's her basic that come with the line. So we have all those in 1 yard. It's the dark ocean color, the ocean. So this is dark ocean, this is ocean, so the medium blue. And then we have the sand is that caramely brown. And then we have the pearl, which is that ivory cream. And then I pulled just a few more to kind of add to it. I did the basic indigo bumbleberries again, even though it was with the last line too, because it's just mixes so well with all kinds of blues. And then the country gray bumbleberries, because it has a lot of blue to it. The lightest would go grunge in the smoke, even though this reads gray. Once you put it with blues, it all works really well together. And then I pulled a couple of more of the sand colors. So I did the prism elements because it has that cream in there too, so it kind of ties them together. And then the spectrostatic prism with that nice color and the specks of dark in here. So this is my To the Sea fabric pull. Beautiful, beautiful, classic. So many patterns to do with it, and we have one in the works. So let me show you the blocks I'm making with it, because they are Nova blocks. So look at these. Nova is, you need lights and darks. You could do it scrappy, like the one that is hanging behind me and what we're doing here, or you can do it with a single background if you want more contrast. I love a scrappy mix, as you probably all know. And what I love with doing Nova, and also many patterns similar to Nova, is that breaking up the really harsh contrast of light and dark with something like we're doing with this. So we took the lights and the caramel color, the light sand, so the sand and the creams, they are all our lights, and then the blues are all our darks. So then when you put these together, so here's the blocks, and then when you start putting them together, the stars kind of get created in the corners. So let me show you here. So here they start to emerge when the blocks come together. So sometimes it would be like here so here we switched it so that the caramel is the dark, and so you play with that back and forth, and you get such variety in the quilt, and people's, you play with people's eyes a little bit. We gotta move them up. This is not big enough for me to show you the whole layout, but we just have a few blocks. We're just getting started, so we will keep playing with this and show you once we get the quilt done. But I think it's gonna be just really cute, don't you think?
For sure.
Yeah. And I think somebody, Julie started these blocks, and we were just gonna make a sample, and she's like, well, I think this is something that she needs to keep. So so I'm really loving how it's starting out, and we will see how it finishes up soon. But To the Sea, it's gonna be beautiful. Really classic colors, whether you live by the sea or not. I think it's just classic. All right, that's all I got for you today. Remember to watch our show on Tuesday for the strip along part 3. But do we have a live winner? I hope you all been good about commenting throughout the show. I forgot to mention at the top of the show, we always have a live winner every show. So keep commenting. The more you comment, the more you're entering the giveaway. So, winner. Mr. Diane Deacon. Congratulations, Diane. $25 gift card is yours. Send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com, and we will be in touch with you after the weekend to get you your gift card so you can go shopping right away. Whew, it's hot in the studio today. The heat is turning up in the outside, and I think we have to turn off the heat in the house. Open the windows.
Finally.
So I want to just use this opportunity again to wish all of you a happy Mother's Day. All of you mother figures out there, enjoy your day, and, you know, just love each other. So make sure you watch us, Tipsy Tuesday. It's May 10th at 7 p.m. And then Happy Friday show next week is May 15th at 3 p.m. And that's already, May 15th is already, remember? What's May 15th? Is that right? That's right, right? Huh? That's not our Friday. No, it's 13th. It's May 13th.
Who did that?
I did that myself. It's May 13th next Friday. It's the 6th today. Yeah, my math was off. Because 15th is Christmas in Europe. And that's not till Sunday. So May 13th is Friday. So that's when we'll reveal Color Club. But I'll see you this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. May 10th. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And cheers. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.